on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here. We have a very special unboxing review for you today. After a long delay, port strikes, and all of that nonsense, we finally have the brand new WWE Mattel Ultimate Edition Ringside Collectibles exclusive Outsiders nWo for life. If you aren't interested in grabbing this, they are now finally shipping from Ringside Collectibles. That is the only place you're going to be able to grab it. As you can see, there is a Ringside Collectibles exclusive sticker on this box. Huge nWo fan. WCW is in my wheelhouse. I cannot tell you how excited I am to review this for you guys. So you do get a slip box for it. It is a massive box in size. That's why I'm kind of going free form here with this camera. But you can see the Outsiders here on the front with the silhouettes of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Again, Ringside Collectibles exclusive logo. Love the black and white nWo-esque. You can see on top it does have the Ultimate Edition with the kind of like static on the back. New World Order logo. Looks so awesome. On the side, you'll see the Ultimate Edition is spray painted in the nWo colors. And on the other side, you have the Outsiders. This just looks great. Again, this is a slip box. You'll be able to remove your Ultimate Edition figures, and they are carded just like they are with every mainline Ultimate Edition here. You guys can see how Scott Hall and Kevin Nash look. These just, oh man, so excited to do this review for you guys. So let's take a quick in-depth look at the figures in their packaging. Alright, so now that I got my camera all situated, we can look at the packaging of these figures. So your Ultimate Edition boxes are your standard white outlay on the front. You can see Kevin Nash and Scott Hall on the front with their nameplates, the Ultimate Edition logo. These figures look great. You'll see all the accessories that do come with the both figures. So Kevin Nash in the red attire with a red vest. First time we're getting this vest. He's got the white elbow pad, which I don't believe we've seen before in the Mattel line. Usually it's black. Comes with 3 heads, 2 shirts, the Tag Team Championship belt, and a set of 2 sweet hands. Scott Hall also comes with 3 heads, especially the first time we're getting the finger hand kind of pose, the woo look. I cannot wait. I'm 100% going to be displaying with that head right off the bat. Also comes with the same shirts as Kevin Nash, the Outsider, and nWo t-shirts. Same Tag Team Championship belt. And you get a set of the hands for him to do his little pose and the 2 sweet hands. Just like, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I hope you guys can tell, man. You will see on the side of the box, it does have the nameplates for both figures. On the top, it does say Hall and Nash. Flipping over the other side, I love the nice touch of putting WCW logo on here. Get the image of Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. 2 of my favorites all time. You can take at the figure photography in the back. There he's doing that pose. Like, oh man, it's just so awesome. You see Kevin Nash doing his bow and arrow pose here, pointing. And the figure photography. If you guys want to look at the stats and a little read up for Kevin Nash, you can go ahead and pause and do so right now. The same for Scott Hall. I cannot wait to unbox these. We'll take a look at the Easter eggs on the top and the bottom of these Ultimate Edition packaging and go full on in depth for you guys. Alright, I like doing this for the Ultimate, so there is always like an homage to each character on the top and bottom of the box. So for Kevin Nash, he goes, "So this is where the big boys play? We ain't here to play." For Scott Hall, it says, "It's survey time." And on the bottom, it says, "One more for the good guys." Let's do this. I cannot tell you how excited I am after all the delays and issues that we ran into with these figures. Again, these are now shipping from Ringside Collectibles. If you want a Hall or Kevin Nash, you can order them separately or order them together. When you guys shop, use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order. But let's jump right into it. We're going to start off with big, sexy Kevin Nash. So we do get a WCW Tag Team Championship belt. Taking a look at his accessories. We have seen this before, but it's nice they included it. Like, you get so much with this figure. Nice vac finish to it. You also do get the Outsiders t-shirt. We did see this with the Legends Kevin Nash figure. Has the Velcro on in the back. It's awesome that they included both shirts. You do also get an nWo t-shirt if you want to go that route. Plenty of display options. Again, just the same Velcro with these 2 shirts. Hands, you get the 2 mic open holding hands that you can see on the figure, as well as a set of 2 sweet hands. I feel like you get pretty much everything you'd want for your Kevin Nash. It would be nice if he came with some fisted hands, but with this skin tone, I feel like I have a zillion fisted hands I could swap on if needed, so no worries over here. And we can see he also does come with this removable entrance vest. Has some nice detailing to it. You guys want to zoom back in, why not? You can see the sculpting of what's supposed to be, I guess, fringes coming off the vest. We've seen the black one reused over and over again, but different design here, different sculpt. You will see the nWo Globe logo on the back. Does come with the white elbow pad. I guess had a little grit to it. It was looking a little dirty. I do like that nice touch here. And you will also get the smiling skin that comes on Kevin Nash, but additionally, you got 3 total heads. You get the Screaming head here, which looks similar to the Diesel head, maybe with a hair swap, and you also get more of a straight face look. I think these are both the Diesel heads now that I'm looking at. I do have the Ultimate Edition Diesel from the New Gen Arena. Looks like they put a new hairpiece on it, but fits the era for Kevin Nash. Again, I believe this is supposed to be around Bash at the Beach time. I don't know if Nash had this elbow pad around there, but he did wear the red attire around that time and had the darker hair. So you get 3 different heads. We will definitely swap them on the figure body. And I appreciate all you guys who gave me the feedback saying you like more the zoom-in shots of the heads on the body versus the out, full body shot. But we'll get to that as we go on with this figure review here. Let's actually get this vest off. And again, Ultimate Edition, the arms do pop off, so this will make your life a lot easier. Look how simple, clean that was to remove it. We do have to pop his arms back in here. And I'll be honest, personally, I like Kevin Nash more so in a black outfit. That's what I remember him wearing, but I'll take the red. I'm noticing this does have, I believe, a little bit of a bobblehead here, but we'll see. We'll play that with the other interchangeable heads. Let's look at its attire. You can see the red singlet does have the outsiders here on the front. And then for the most part, it's your traditional Kevin Nash sculpt that we've seen before. Got the sculpting here around his crotch piece. You also do have these fringes going down. I really do like this. Now, some people said they would like to see cloth. I don't know about that. I kind of like the look of the molded piece a little better. I mean, I feel like there's a limit with soft good accessories or stuff they could add to figures. But I have had some people mention that maybe they should do some kind of soft goods or something. I don't know how that would look. But you will see it does say the outsiders going down the leg here. And on the back, it's just plain red. A few scuffs here on the back, which is a little annoying, but looks like it's glue, and I could probably remove that. If you guys want to go through some quick articulation of Kevin Nash, the head will fully rotate. He does have the painted torso, so be careful. I always worry about scratching it. Does have the butterfly joint here. The arms do go out and in. Again, there is a bicep cut here. A little bit of a scrape on the arm too. If you guys can't see that, that's fucking annoying. Double jointed elbows. The arms do rotate and hinge. Do have the diaphragm joint on the Ultimate Edition, the waist swivel. Does he have the drop down hips? He does. They are a little stiff. You can see they kind of want to kick back down. He does the splits pretty good. You can see these fringes up here do move, which look nice. I just always worry about these drop down hits. I know I say this every video, but they just feel so stiff going back. You do get a thigh cut. The double jointed pin legs here. There is no lower cut here. He just has the boot articulation where it hinges and goes up and down. You do have the toe articulation as well. Great looking Kevin Nash. If you guys want to see his tat, if I can kind of peer this down just a bit and zoom in, that is what his tattoo looks like. Let's come back. I want to swap all the heads and give you a quick close-up shot. So let's run through a few close-ups of these Kevin Nash head sculpts. So we do have the smiling skin that came on the figure body. We have the Screaming head sculpt swapped on here. And then we have the straight face head sculpt, which actually looks pretty good. And again, I think this is a reuse of the Diesel Ultimate Edition head. Hey, yo, we're taking a look at Scott Hall. So his accessories, again, you get the same Tag Team Championship belt that came with Kevin Nash. You get these same t-shirts. You get the nWo t-shirt as well as the Outsider shirts. I believe they're the same size because I had the thought of, well, did they give Kevin Nash a larger t-shirt? No, looks like they're about the same. So this may be a little baggy on your Scott Hall, but no complaints there. For your hands, you get the mic open holding hands on the figure. You also do get a set of the 2 sweet hands, just like Kevin Nash, and a huge selling point for me. I remember Scott Hall doing that spooky kind of ooh look all the time. You get the fingers first time, I believe, or are these maybe the money holding hands? I don't know. Maybe they are, and they just kind of reuse them. I don't know. Maybe they're new, maybe they're not, but you do have him able to do that pose and gesture now. Heads-wise, you also do get 3 total heads here. You get the same head we saw with the Razor Ramon, the straight face kind of look. You got the smiling scan, which is phenomenal. We've seen that reused a few times. This is the new head here, again, for him to do that spooky pose. Looks pretty good. We will swap them all on the figures. You can see they all share the same sculpt. It is the same slick back hairpiece and just different heads on there. So it looks pretty good. Very uncanny likeness to Scott Hall. You also do get your Razor Scott Hall entrance vest here with the red drip. You can see Outsiders on the back. I believe this is similar, or if not the same, to the Elite 51 Scott Hall that we did have. I know he did have the same trunks here, but just like Kevin Nash, we'll pop off the arms. And we can remove the vest. I do love that they give you so much interchangeability. You can go with a t-shirt. You can go with their entrance vest if you want them displayed that way. You can go with the Outsider shirts. I purchased 3 sets of these, so I probably will be displaying them each in a different way because I am a psycho when it comes to nWo. But let's zoom in. We'll take a look. You can see the beautiful chest here. I love that Harry Scott Hall looks so perfect, as it should. Do like the decal, and doesn't look too dark. Has a nice shade to it. You can see the design on his trunks here with the Outsiders logo going around the side here. Looks really good with the red drip. Does have the 2 different elbow pads, one with a drip, one without it. I believe he should have a bit of a longer elbow pad. Or I don't know if he kind of changed it when he was Razor and Scott Hall, but I think he had one long elbow pad and one short, but I do like that they at least had the one design on the other. I'm not sure if the Elite 51 actually had both deco colors, but he does have the same drip on the knee pads. Looks pretty good. You can see his boots, the red boots, the black laces, the white soles. Looks phenomenal. Articulation, let's do it while we're here. The head will fully rotate. It will. I just don't want to scrape it too much with the hair here. The arms do go fully around. They do hinge with the butterfly joints. There is a bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. The hands do rotate and hinge. Articulation with the diaphragm joint. Not too much. A little bit there. Waist swivel, but at least they don't feel tight. You do have the drop down hips. He does kick up a little more than Kevin Nash here. Not so much. I feel like it's not stiff. At least the legs don't feel stiff like an Elite, but I feel like we see a little bit more range with the drop-down hips. Let's see. I guess that's not terrible, but for some reason I remember that being a little more, especially with these smaller legs here. There's a thigh cut. Do you have the double-jointed legs? I cannot tell. They are pinned. If you guys can see that, they are not pinless. You do have the boot cut. You do have the hinge at the boot. And the toe articulation, slight rocker here. Great articulation for the most part for Scott Hall compared to what we've been seeing with some of the newer updated Elite figures. I feel like they've been a little stiff in some of the newer Ultimates, but this one actually feels pretty good in hand. Let's take a quick look at all those head sculpts on the figure body. So we have the straight face scan that we just looked at. We also have the smiling head sculpt, which we've seen many times before, but I absolutely love this head. And lastly, we have that O face here with him doing his pose on the Ultimate Edition Scott Hall body. Let's bring the Outsiders together. So I want to take a look at both of these figures with the different accessories they are included with. So we have them with their Tag Team Championship belts and the Outsiders shirts. One thing I'm noticing, this Kevin Nash really does tower. I think he's he's listed, I guess, at 7 feet, and Scott Hall's at 6'7". So I think Kevin Nash may be a tad too tall if you ask me, but they do look good with their Outsider shirts on. Here we are with the Outsiders with their nWo t-shirts on and their 2 sweet hands, and this just seems like an appropriate time to bring in a few other members of the nWo. We have 6. We have the Ultimate Edition Eric Bischoff from the Monday Nitro ring, and yes, to complete the original trio of the nWo, we have the Ultimate Edition Greatest Hits Hollywood Hogan, and you can see how they all stack up next to each other, side by side. Love this shot. We'll definitely be throwing these guys on my nWo shelf. And lastly, here we have the figures with their entrance vests on. You can see the more expressive heads. And again, Scott Hall doing that kind of like, ooh, kind of pose, like back down. And Kevin Nash with the both 2 sweet hands. Comparison time for you guys. So we have a few different Ultimate Edition figures here. We have the Ultimate Diesel and the Ultimate Razor Ramon versus the Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. These are kind of the reworked versions for the Outsiders. I did want to point out the Screaming Scan, I believe, is, you can see, I don't have the other head sculpt handy here, but the Bug-Eyed look and the Screaming Scan are definitely reworked Diesel head sculpts for Kevin Nash and Diesel. Kevin Nash looks a little taller. I don't know if it's maybe the head or the hair, but you can see he just looks like a bigger figure to me. I don't know what I'm missing here, but if you guys want to see the difference between the Ultimate Diesel and Kevin Nash figures, and we will bring in Scott Hall and the Chase Razor Ramon. For the most part, looks to be the same type of, formula, same arms, same legs, and boot mold, but I love both these figures equally. A few different Ringside Collectibles exclusive Elite figures. So we have the black and white Scott Hall versus this brand new Ultimate. You can see how they stack up in size and how far we've come with the head sculpt. Even the chest here looks so much better on the Ultimate versus this black and white Elite here. And we do have this Ringside Collectibles exclusive Kevin Nash versus the Ultimate. You can see the Ultimate, again, is taller. You can see the difference in this new vest mold versus what we've gone in the past. I personally prefer Nash in the black here, so hopefully we see an Ultimate in this style eventually. Here we have some Legend figures. We have the Legends, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. And we'll pull them out real quick so we get a quick comparison. More of a Wolfpack-esque era. You can see he does have the all red trunks. The lower legs and knee pads are around the same. Similar deco on the elbow pads. A little more splatter on the Legends figure. But Was not a big fan of this head sculpt. I feel like, well, you know, with the bandana on, it didn't look too bad, but once you removed it off there, he had such a big forehead. And we'll pull out the Kevin Nash figures. And if you guys ever noticed that this Legends figure, I really did like it, but there was one side of the goatee that was always darker than the other, and it always drove me nuts. This figure did come with the Outsider shirt that we did see with this new Ultimate Edition set, so you can see the difference in how they stack up. Similar pants design too, with the fringes as that headband falls off. But both are great figures. I think I do like the Ultimate better than this Legends figure. Here we have a couple OG figures. So we have the Elite 51 Scott Hall and the Elite 16 Kevin Nash. This has like been a figure that has been so highly sought after. So when they released this Ultimate, I'm sure the value of this guy went down, but I've had this guy in my collection from the beginning, and it's just kind of crazy that we have gotten another version in the Ultimate. But let's compare the Scott Halls because the gears are very similar. You'll see the design on the trunks, a little bigger on the Elite, a little bit of a brighter red. I actually kind of like the bright red, but you'll see the Outsider logo on the vest is a little bigger, and again, a little darker of a color. This is why I was talking about the elbow pad. You'll see how one is, actually they were both longer. I take that back, but he did have the blood drip on the opposite arm versus this Ultimate figure here. You see the difference with knee pads and the boots. The chest there did look good. This is still a figure that holds up as an older Elite. I really love this head sculpt too, with the kind of like ponytail-esque head. I'm surprised we didn't get like a different head sculpt with this Scott Hall Ultimate, maybe with just a different hair display. And here we go, Elite 16 Kevin Nash. This is a classic figure. Height-wise, the Ultimate is bigger. He does have the black elbow pad here. Like I said, I've had this in my collection for the longest. Really highly sought-after figure. You guys want to take a look at the Outsider logos here on the pants. I'd assume this is from the same era or the same time frame. So, redone as an Ultimate, more accurate hair. This was kind of more of a bit of a brighter blonde look for Kevin Nash, but some OG figures versus these brand new Ultimates. And I'm not going to say the Ultimates smash them by a mile, but they are better figures than the Elites, even though these, I feel, even though they're a lot older, still hold up. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps me grow my channel. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this video review. I want to hear all your thoughts and feedback on this brand new Ultimate Edition Ringside Collectibles exclusive set of the Outsiders. Will we be grabbing them? Will we be passing? Do you think this is the best set of the Outsiders that we've ever received from any toy company? Don't forget to turn on those notification bells. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. My personal take on these Outsiders, as you can see, we completed the original members of the nWo in Ultimate Edition form. I love them. I knew I was going to love them before I got them, and I love them even more that they're in hand. They're just so much fun. Like, you get 2 different t-shirts, the tag team championship belts, entrance vests, 3 interchangeable hands, especially 2 new heads for each Outsider. I mean, you get the 2 sweet hands. You get everything you want for an nWo Ultimate Edition. These feel ultimate. They feel special. Don't sleep on them. Go grab them. They are on back order, I believe, but they should be shipping the next month if you're on back order 1. Cannot recommend these enough. They are now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. You guys shop these promo code for life to save 10% off your order. Ton more reviews coming on my channel, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.